And what's going on, people? Welcome to the next evolution in gaming podcast. This is the next podcast. We have a very exciting show for you guys. There were so many things that happened over just this past week. So many things to talk about. But as usual, we got to go through the intros here. So, starting off with the man who's just trying to talk to the intelligent gamers out there. That would be my boy, K Mega.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy K Mega 405, man. Again, just excited to have the show popping off. A lot of things to discuss, and wow, I just cannot wait for E3, man. This is perfect. Game of Thrones, and then Bethesda's conference is coming right after. Man, I can't ask for more. So let's get it popping.
Nice. And of course we have that Halo soldier that will go into war with you and watch your back every single time. That'd be the man, Fooskies.
Hey, what's up? What's up? It's good to be back again. Beautiful day out. Let's get this going.
And of course we have my crazy other half, the better half, the one who keeps me in check. That would be Oh Snap Suckers.
Happy Saturday! Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Well, I first of all, I want to let people know. Unfortunately, our boy Newark, one of the crew members here from the beginning, he wasn't able to make it today. He will be back next week. He does apologize to everybody. Family dealings he had to handle, stuff like that. And then, of course, TheDon. Unbelievable. We are starting a podcast without TheDon, but he said his computer is updating. You know how Windows is. Windows decides it's going to update right in the middle of anything important. But so hopefully he'll be on a little bit later on. In terms of the topics today, like I said, so much stuff happened, so much news came out. One of the first things, since we are gamers, I do want to get into a game that has been revealed. All right, that would be Watch Dogs 2. Did you guys check out the reveal? Did you see what was going on with that game?
Yeah, I seen it. I watched the whole thing. It was pretty impressive.
Nice. What about you, Foos? Did you see what was going on with that game?
Oh yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. Looks interesting.
Oh, that's two positives. All right. Oh, snap suckers. Did you see the reveal of Watch Dogs 2?
I hate it. I'm just playing. It looks really great. Like, I can't wait to play it.
Now, when it comes to this game, like, I'll let you know, I think it looks good. I'm standing at a distance from that game, though, because of Watch Dogs 1 and what they kind of tried to show for that game. What they said the game was going to be, the graphic downgrades that they did, I wasn't too worried about that. To me, the game still looked good. There was some things like in the original Watch Dogs, like when you looked into a window, the fake reflections really bugged me out. But all in all, I mean, it looked okay, but it wasn't what they first shown. Now, are any of you guys, we'll start with K Mega, are you skeptical at all with Watch Dogs 2 because of what happened with Watch Dogs 1?
Well, anything that Ubisoft brings out, you're going to be, especially with a trailer, you're going to be skeptical because with all the games that they've come out this gen, they've all had something wrong with it. I mean, if it's not Assassin's Creed Unity to, as much as I love the Division, still there was lack of content once you got past everything in Division, and then of course plus Watch Dogs, you still got to have that type of let's hold back and just wait until we see everything about the game. But I mean, so far it's so good. They're really good at presenting their games.
Nice. Now, oh snaps, same question to you. With what happened with Watch Dogs 1, what they showed, and then what they gave us, all right? And then how long they kind of strung us along with that game. Are you a little skeptical about, the second game in this, I guess it's going to be a franchise, but the second game in this franchise?
I'm skeptical about every game. But I mean, it doesn't mean it's not worth playing. I'm gonna definitely check it out if we get it. But I mean, I didn't play a whole lot in Watch Dogs 1, but the story was really interesting.
Yeah, the story was okay. I think the characters in the first Watchdog, there were certain characters that you kind of, at least with me, that I kind of got attached to. The characters seemed to have personality and stuff like that, which was really cool. And it looks like they're gonna do it with the second one. But Foos, with what happened with the first Watchdogs, are you kind of holding yourself back a little bit when it comes to Watchdogs 2? Because I mean, you sounded positive, man.
I didn't have any problems with the first one. I really liked it. Like you said, there were some graphical quirks for it, but it was a lot of fun to me, and that's all I really care about, having fun and playing an awesome game.
I got you. Now, when they showed the game, of course, they're showing a more defined like parkour aspect to the game, and then when it comes to your melee weapon, I guess Ubisoft they went onto the internet and they started looking at like I guess YouTube videos of what people are making for homemade weapons and stuff like that. Me personally, I love when they do research. All right, now this game they're talking about hackers. In the presentation, I would have liked to hear that they were actually, talking to a community of hackers, seeing what the culture is about and stuff like that. But do you think it's going to have a real positive effect? We'll go with oh snap suckers. Do you think it's really going to have like a positive effect to do that research and to bring something to the table that's not really been seen before?
I mean, I don't know. They can try. It might be positive.
Do you now with the presentation? I know I showed you the gameplay and stuff like that, and I know that they were
Yeah.
talking through it. I'm not sure how much you heard from that, but with this being like a game that deals with like the hacking culture, would you have liked to hear that they actually talk to like those communities? Because sometimes these communities, they'll come out of like the shadows and they'll definitely talk with people, especially game developers. Would that have been something that you would have liked to hear them say?
Yeah. I mean, like, I like the whole hacking thing aspect of it, but I like the fact that the story kind of points out things like it says that they point out the government deems healthcare necessary for each person. Like, I think that there's a deeper story to it than people even realize, and I think it kind of exposes things that go on in the world today.
Nice.
True.
Nice. Now,
And I
Meg,
like that.
I got you. And I definitely want it to kind of mirror what's going on in the world because, we do have groups like Anonymous. I'm not talking about like Lizard Squad who do stupid shit for stupid reasons. I'm talking like those groups out there that really they seem to try to fight for the everyday person out there. Now, Mega, would you like? Do you think it would take away? Because I didn't hear him talking about the culture. Would you have liked them to do like a lot of research and talk to the hackers? And would you have liked to hear that in the presentation?
Well, no, I mean, it was just the very first presentation, so I don't think anything about. I mean, I'm sure that they're going to give more detail at E3 about the game. So for right now, just to give us a look at what the character is, and I'm really excited about that because I mean, like I've said in my videos, I'm definitely wanting more people of color to be, the heroes or the protagonists in games, and also including women in that, in that form, and and then putting in real life issues, talk about the substance of the game. Then you can bring out everything with the other aspects of it, which was everybody is expecting, which is more hacking and the parkour and all things like that. So yeah, no, I think I'm just fine with it right now. Let E3 tell us the rest.
Nice, nice. So you're looking forward to having this Marquise guy really see his story kind of fleshed out and everything, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean that I was sold right off of that. You know what I'm saying? I got to support games like that.
Cool.
They're taking another direction.
All right. Now within the gameplay, for like oh snaps, who wants to see like more realism and what's going on with like hacking and culture today and stuff like that. In the presentation, they did say like you can kind of complete the game as you want to like complete it, which sounds really cool to me. I want to see it implemented more. I want to see it up on screen, like how this is going to happen. But they did say with like completing certain like hack missions and stuff like that, you kind of move yourself up in DedSec. So you take on like bigger like hacking missions that go into like government and media and kind of like hacking into what false information they might be giving people and stuff like that. So I think that's really cool. I hope they really get down to that dirty, gritty kind of like media, government, politics world, you know? What do you guys think about San Francisco? From what you saw from the gameplay, do you think it looks good? Do you think it, how are the aesthetics? We'll go with Fuski's. What do you think about the aesthetics? Do you think it's a good looking game?
Oh yeah, it looked really good. That just having like street performers and things like that going on that really happens on the strip there. It was really cool to see that.
Nice. Yeah, they did say they're going to focus on making the world more alive. I guess that was one of the big complaints about the original Watch Dogs. I didn't see that too much in the original Watch Dogs. I mean, I did see kind of repetition in certain people, but just like a different color shirt and stuff like that. But that was when I was looking for it. But if they do make it more lively, they do make it more like San Francisco and stuff like that. I mean, that's only a good thing for us gamers, right? Especially for us who have never been to San Francisco before. We can kind of, through a video game, kind of see what it's like over there. I don't know. Mega, did you like the overall look of the game?
Yeah, I know. If there's one thing that I'm not going to question Ubisoft is how they portray the actual cities. I mean, because the Division is, though it has some shortcomings, the city aspect of it is amazing. I mean, it actually looks like New York. And talking to people that's from New York and me being to New York only once, it had that same look. And so, I've never been to San Francisco, but when talking to people that's on the West Coast, they've said that game looks just like parts of San Francisco. So I'm all in on that. I don't think that they're going to do anything wrong with that. They do a really good job of, putting detail to the scenery. So I'm thinking on that is cool.
All right. Oh snaps! What did you think about like the overall look of San Francisco?
Uh-oh.
Oh, there you guys are. I lost you for a minute. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we hear you.
Repeat the question because I couldn't hear you.
Yeah.
I think we lost Xbots.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did the same thing I do on XBR. I muted myself and just kept talking. It's basically the same question I was asking Foos and K Mega. It's basically, what you saw about like San Francisco.
Did they depict it well?
Yeah. Do you think it looks good?
I mean, I've never been there, but it looks really good from like everything for the streets, the bridges, the graffiti. It looks really nice. So it makes it look like something I want to play, but we're going to really see it when the game comes out more in detail. But so far, it looks like something I would definitely get into, and I like the way it did come out so far.
Nice. I mean, overall, like when it comes to this game, I guess I saw Angry Joe. He was like telling people, do not pre-order this game just because of what happened in the original Watch Dogs. I'm not going to sit here and tell people what they should do. I am going to be a little bit cautious. It does look good. The parkour, the different type of weapons, using a 3D modeler kind of like to make your gun. Another aspect I really liked is the fact that you can go through the game without killing people. Oh Snaps knows I love when they give us that choice. You could you can either go in guns blazing, or there's another option where you can go in and be stealth and hack and even like use a taser or something else to knock out an enemy. I love...
Yeah, the 3D printed weapons is pretty awesome.
Yeah. Well, you would think about if there was kind of like that, I don't want to say militant, but if there was kind of like that hacker group out there that, was really going against something, standing for something, they would use the technology that we have right now, like that new type of technology. And that they have a 3D maker that deals with metal, a 3D modeler that deals with metal. So that's pretty cool. But all in all, I mean, it looks like a great game. I can't wait to see more, at E3. I am so excited right now. The conferences, like the EA and the Bethesda, they start tomorrow. Tomorrow night, guys.
I'll be there.
No, I'm so excited, man. I can't wait to see what EA is going to do. I know that may shock a lot of people because they have this hate for EA, but man, I think EA is going to really bring it. I think they're going to actually outdo um, Bethesda.
Really?
In, yeah, I really do. I think EA is because EA got a lot of games
Don's
that
in the chat.
yeah, they got a lot of games, and they touch on every different type of genre. Like if they come back and say that they're going to come with a new Sims for the console, that's going to get a lot of people excited. If they're of course if they bring any older games from like I've said, the rumor of Fight Night coming back to the EA Access and maybe any of those older games like that, that's going to cause a lot of buzz. I think that they'll actually have a really good show. For them to have their own show like that at a different time, I think they're really going to try to drop the bomb on everybody. I really do.
That's interesting, and I know, like, from the people I talk to, when it comes to the conference between EA and Bethesda, I know a lot of people that would probably disagree with you, man. But
Oh, I know.
that's why
I
we
know.
do these podcasts. It's good to
Right.
hear, people's thoughts and opinions and see how it like actually works out. Um, I don't know, dude. What are you doing for EA's conference? Like, are you planning on like hanging out with anybody while it's going on? Because if you know if you're not doing anything, I mean, we can definitely go in on this together and let people know our reaction, man.
Oh, I'm with it. I'm with it. I mean, I'm going to be just hanging out with Mr. 100 and maybe young Kano and Cyclonus, and I mean, yeah, I mean, we could all collaborate and do it. I mean, there's what 16 open slots in live, so man, let's do it. Let's all get
Nice,
together and do some things.
nice.
I'm definitely down to kick it with my people, man. I'm so excited for this E3, man. You have no idea. I'm like a kid again.
Awesome, awesome. All right, guys, just to let you know, when it comes to EA's conference, I will be hitting Twitter, let you guys know what's going on in terms of a live reaction and stuff like that. So if you haven't followed me on Twitter yet, definitely do so. I tell people all the time, all social media, everything is the same name. So it would be at Xbot448, and I'll definitely give you guys the information on the live reaction for EA tomorrow. All right, so moving on, we got some positive news, of course, with game reveal and stuff like that. Now I want to go into something that could possibly be a little bit more like negative towards Microsoft, and that is the whole TV DVR situation. For people who don't know, Microsoft actually they announced it last year that the X1 will have the functionality to record off of a TV tuner. All right, like, so if you have like an antenna TV or something like that, you'll be able to record shows and then play them back on your X1. Just a couple days ago, they actually came out and said that that project is on hold indefinitely. And when they say indefinitely, that means it's pretty much there's a really good chance it's not even going to come out. And I wanted to know, what the panel thought about this because. I mean, I watch a lot of stuff on the internet, so it doesn't bother me too much. But oh snaps, what do you think about them kind of, announcing this functionality and then later on saying, you know what, it's on hold indefinitely? What do you think about this?
I mean, some people might be mad. I'm not mad. I don't watch TV really, so it doesn't bother me one bit. I mean, for those of you who do, my apologies. It's not really a big deal to me. A lot of people do use DVR, but for the most part, if you have a cable box, you probably have DVR on there anyway.
Yeah, and like I said, for people who have cable, you have a DVR functionality. I mean, that almost comes like the generic package to cable. All right, but it's like for those people that do have the antenna that go over the air and stuff. Fuskies, what do you think about the announcement that that's done? Like, I'm saying it's done. I'm saying they're not going to come out with it. So, Foos, what do you think about them announcing it and then pretty much a year later saying, you know what, that's done. We're not doing that.
I honestly forgot about it. It wasn't something that I was really worried about, especially after they said you had to use the tuner. Maybe if it would have had something to do with my own DVR, I might have been a little more into it, but Nah, not for me.
I got you. Hey K Mega, do you have any thoughts about this yourself?
No, don't care.
No?
Just don't. No,
Man, am I the only one here that's like, yo, that's not really that great?
Get him a box of
well,
tissues.
well, I hate that they said something and that they can't do it, but it's better than them trying to do it and it fails, because then you have all the haters of Microsoft just going after them even more.
Do you
So
do you think
let's
that's
not.
why it's happening though? Because they pretty much can't do it, or
Well, I don't know if they can't do it. I mean, Microsoft have enough resources and tech savvy to do whatever they want, but to do it, you got different cable in Europe and all different, US. It just it's too complicated, and it's just too much of a waste of a time, especially when so many gamers say that they don't pay attention to TV. So just get rid of it.
Yeah, because
Focus
they're
on
Good
something else.
good
Yeah, just
point.
move on to something else. Just move on to something else.
Well, hey, let me just put in my thoughts on this, okay? But that is a very good point. Like a lot of people say, back in the beginning of the generation, it's not about TV, it's about games.
Right.
So, this is an added feature. It's a TV feature that they said that you could have. I was actually kind of excited about it. I was gonna. I know I talked to O Snaps when they first announced it. Like, hey, we got to get one of those tuners. Let's try to see what this feature has to offer and everything like that. But in a year, it just seems like, well, technology is moving so fast. Just these last couple of years and stuff like that. In a year, I think that technology became almost like obsolete. You have so many people using the internet streaming services, stuff like that. I don't see a lot of people using a over-the-air tuner. But then again, we do live in America. You know what I'm saying? So it's. I'm trying to think about the people in other countries as well. Maybe that I don't know. I don't live over in I haven't visited like outside of the United States, so I don't really know how it is out there. But to say something, I mean, it doesn't seem like something that hard to do. All right, in my opinion, with all the tech stuff I look at and everything like that. So I don't see why just like putting it out there for those people, letting people know how much you are for the consumers, even more than you've shown. But that's my personal opinion. All right, I could be wrong, but I was a little disappointed that they said that. It's just the fact that they announced it and then retracted it a year later.
Maybe they're having issues with it. I don't think they're gonna completely do away with it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's just too much red tape. There's just too many, cable services across the world, and they have different stipulations. And I just think that it's just a big headache that they probably wasn't anticipating. And so they just kind of like, well, just hold back. They might bring it in later, but that's not the main focus of what Xbox needs to be doing right now anymore.
I can't find the article. I'm actually having issues finding it, because I wasn't, prepared for this. But I did
I
see
would
a
love a
few
cruise.
days ago. Huh?
I'm sorry. Mitchell Friedman said, "Go on a cruise, Xbox." I was thinking it in my head, and
I
it just
want a
came out.
cruise.
I was like,
Okay.
I would love a cruise. You paying, Mitchell?
But
Go ahead.
I just saw something the other day about, because I go through the Microsoft patents constantly, and I can't find it right now. But there was another patent that was either just submitted or approved, one of the two, and it had to do with the DVR. So I don't think that they're doing away with it completely, unless that has something to do. It could have something to do with the Windows 10. You know,
Okay.
it may not be for the Xbox itself, but there is the television viewing on gaming consoles patent. And this is included but not limited to game titles, DVR, VOD, DVD programs, and so on.
Okay. Well, it's good that somebody in the crew is looking at these patents and such, because I know I have not done that in a long time. So
I'm always looking at them.
I do appreciate that. I mean, on the surface, it just looks like Microsoft, in my opinion, it just looks like Microsoft kind of saw that technology steering away from that whole thing, and they weren't going to get the bang for their buck, maybe, and decided to kind of cut the string and use those assets towards something else. That's what I'm seeing it as.
I
All
mean,
right.
I don't watch TV, and a lot of us don't because we're busy gaming or whatever. I mean, the only thing I watch is Walking Dead, really. So for me to have DVR on the Xbox and buy whatever it's called for that purpose is kind of stupid. Like I would never spend 60 or 100 for that wire that you were telling me about.
I got
Yeah,
you.
most stations have an app that you can watch all their shows anyway. So
Mhm.
That is very true.
Then
yeah,
you got Sling, and then if you want to go under the table, you got the, you got the Fire Stick, a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? There's all different types of things that you can do that kind of nullifies Microsoft even doing that right now.
I got
I
you.
mean that's a good feature, but it's not something that should be one of the big things to bring out right now.
a main focus. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
got
it's
you.
not a main focus.
Well, it was definitely good to talk to you guys about that. I do want to say something real quick about the gameplay. I noticed it and I restarted it. Unfortunately, there's going to be a black screen for a little length of time. I didn't edit down the last part of my gameplay. I really wanted my gameplay to soak in because remember, guys, at the end of this podcast, I am gonna put the poll up on Twitter for people to vote for the best gameplay. Actually, last week, it was a landslide, absolute landslide. Oh snap, suckers! Like she ran home with the title.
I
Absolutely
stole it
incredible.
and ran.
I think she cheated somehow. I think she was kind of backdooring it on Twitter, sending direct messages.
I was
You
because I'm
know,
just adorable.
but it is what it is. So I do apologize. You're gonna see like all our little overlays up in the corner. It'll start back up again. I do have it on a loop, and there is more new gameplay after that black screen.
Listen,
Again,
everybody,
I do
vote for me.
apologize. let
Mm-mm,
it
no,
I
let it
have
soak
she had
in.
her
What you
share. She
just
had her
saw was
turn.
amazing. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I'm putting in that work, man. I'm really good gaming.
I
She's
think
over there.
that's why I
She's
did it.
having her turn.
I wanted
She's
to
having her turn to do the game and get gameplay. No, I'm playing.
yo Mega. I wanted to delay your gameplay real quick. Is what I wanted it to do.
Oh my god, you're killing me.
All right. Well, since we're talking seriousness in terms of like the TV DVR and stuff like that, there is a topic that could actually get really hot. All right, and I know a lot of people have seen this video by this YouTuber, Reviewtech USA. All right, I decided that for some reason or another, not a lot of people are touching on this, but here at Next, anything goes. If there's news out there, good, bad, or indifferent, we are going to do our best to let you know what we think about it. For people who don't know, Reviewtech actually came out with a video, and I think his video was trying to lash out at Crap Gamer. Shout out to Crap Gamer. Dude has been
So
going
crap.
crazy with videos lately, like daily content, quality videos. I'm really enjoying what he's been doing, especially lately. But this guy, for some reason or another, decided he was going to come out and attack Crap Gamer. Now, for the most part, I feel one man going after another man, that's their deal. I know Crap can handle himself, so whatever happens between them personally or on YouTube and stuff like that, that's their issue. But when it comes to what Reviewtech said, first of all, he made a persona. Babe, do you remember what the persona's name was? Snaps.
Sexy Coco.
It's Sexy Coco.
Sexy Coco. All right. Now, for people who know what Reviewtech looks like, he is a very, very, for lack of a better term, I'm going to he's a very chubby, bald, white guy.
Not sexy.
Not sexy. Okay. But first of all, this persona was such a horrible stereotype. All right. And we're going to get into that. But then not only that, he seemed to attack people who were pro X1. And he attacked it in a couple ways. All right. We'll actually get into that in a little bit. But K Mega, what did you see this video? And when, if you did, you told me you did. What did you think about this video when you saw it?
Okay, now just give me a minute. Just give me a minute, guys. Okay, so yeah, I watched the video. I was subbed to Reviewtech. I've seen the Coco act before, and I didn't like it then, and I damn sure didn't like it now. Um, this is the problem with me. Look, I'm the oldest person on this panel, and I've had to deal with racism because I'm from the South. I'm from Oklahoma, and even to this day, if you go out to the panhandle of Oklahoma on the other side of Tulsa, you know, the major cities, there's really not that type of racism going around. But in other areas, there's still Ku Klux Klan. And there's ways that you can go out there and you can get beat down or murdered. You know what I'm saying? And it's that serious here. So if you're going to make a video that's going to portray somebody to be racist, it's perking up my ears for one. But I think that you need to be serious. As many subs that you have, it's about being responsible.
Yeah.
And especially when you want to label somebody to be racist. And regardless of what, you know, people may think of Crap or whatever, I've never heard Crap impersonate any other race. He's a country boy from my perspective. I mean, he's somewhere. I don't know where he's from, but he's highly conservative.
Florida.
That's just his stance. And I've heard these things. Yeah, okay, yeah, but I've heard people, especially out here, do that. That's just how they talk. And if some people might think it's insensitive or they might not like it. But the problem is, what I have with Reviewtech is that he didn't have the balls enough to say it as himself. He had to try to portray a black man, and an ignorant black man at that.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? You don't, you know what I'm saying? He's sitting somewhere behind a computer doing all this fake shit, and really he doesn't have he wouldn't even know how to handle life as a black man. But to try to portray one on YouTube, I find it very disrespectful. And to be totally honest with this, is that you're a fraud. You know, you're doing this for clicks, and this is this reality TV shit that I'm saying that's going on with YouTube that shouldn't be. We should be all about the games and all about what's coming up and what's good and bad about games, not about resolution and all this other crazy shit. But what Reviewtech has done is basically take something that a lot of YouTubers get away with, and they try to pretend like it's all funny and satire. And I don't find it funny at all. It's not funny at all when you talk about racism, because it's still prevalent to this day.
I got you, man. I got you. And just to say a couple things that, like, you know, kind of go off a couple things that K Mega said. Now, first of all, when it comes to me, I watch Reviewtech from time to time. I think he's entertaining. I laugh at some of the shit he says. All right. I saw this video and I got upset. All right. I hear what K Mega's saying, and I actually used to study psychology, and there are points in time where people will actually create a persona, all right, to talk about ideals and stuff that they believe in personally, but are a little risque for them to say themselves. Now, a lot of people are coming out and saying it's entertainment. And for anybody who knows me in O-Snaps and stuff like that, or in Xbox Live parties, we joke around about a lot of stuff. And a lot of stuff could be politically incorrect. But we know we're not like that. And our friends know we're not like that. We go back and forth with a bunch of crazy stuff in our parties and everything like that. But when you make a persona and you try to say it's entertaining, there is something on the subconscious level that you are trying to get out a possible belief that you literally believe in. And that was a little disturbing to me. But I don't know. Yo, Foos, what did you think about that whole video?
I thought it was pretty disrespectful, honestly. You know, I'm not black or anything, but I have felt racism. You know, I've had people be racist towards my kid and my wife. You know, they're black. And as soon as I heard it, that's exactly what it sounded like. Just ignorance on a level that was inappropriate for what he was talking about, you know?
Yeah.
And to just bash us for liking Xbox is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's going to be the second part of this topic. O-Snaps, what did you think about this video when you saw it?
Like I just said in the chat a few minutes ago, my jaw dropped. I was like, wow, someone is really that sad and lonely that they have to, one, impersonate a black man, Okay, and I was like, that's not him. Like, I didn't believe it at first because I've never watched his stuff. I don't, it's not my thing. Like some other people have, and I was like, that's not a persona, and Xbox was like, yeah, it is. And it made me like really disgusted. One, because you're picking on one single person when you're talking about the game and how PlayStation, what did he say? Quadruple
PlayStation
PlayStation.
quadruple,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, first of all, you're trying to act like a black man, and
You're
you
not.
did a really terrible job. You're just making yourself look like an asshole, really.
Right.
Second of all, the whole gay reference really pissed me off because basically he's saying that he's gay, and it really made me disgusted because to me that feels like he's kind of making fun of uh, black people. He's making fun of gay people, and I don't know if he's in the closet himself. He's obviously not married because he's not wearing a ring. I don't know for sure. But I mean, if you're going to make fun of people like that, like maybe he has, some type of something that he's scared of, or, like I don't really know. But I felt like he was trying to like point something out that didn't exist, you know?
I got you. I got you. And this is coming from like Snap says, she doesn't watch his videos or anything like that. I thought it was really cool that we had a perspective from somebody who's never even heard of the guy before. All right, and to have that reaction. So in case there's people that kind of stumble across his videos, of course you're gonna have the people out there that are like, oh, this is absolutely hilarious and stuff like that. But she is right. Like I was amazed at her eye for detail. She was like, "Oh, he doesn't have a ring, and this and that. Oh, it sounds like he might be kind of alluding to something in his own personal life." She said
Maybe
that.
he's like afraid to come out. I don't know, but it's something that is not abnormal these days, and there's no reason to make fun of people who are gay. There is no reason to make fun of lesbians. There's no reason to make fun of black people or try to act like one and really fucking suck at it. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit
It's his
pissed
mom.
off. Okay, excuse my French, you guys, but it really made me disgusted watching this guy's video and the fact that he was even picking on Crap Gamer. All right, like I watched some of Crap Gamer stuff. He's really good. I wasn't always his biggest fan,
No, no,
but
she
lately
was.
I've really liked what he's been doing, and the fact that he like picked on him and he was like, "Oh, greasy beard." Who fucking cares? Maybe he ate some pizza. Maybe he got some pizza sauce and grease on his beard. You know what? That's life. That's what we do. And then he's like, "Oh, bird shit on his shirt," and it's like things like that. Like, what are you jealous of? Maybe he wants to be Crap Gamer.
Maybe he's a little
Maybe
scared.
he's
Well,
Don't meme me, bro.
Reviewtech does have a bigger subscriber base right now, and I know. Yo, shout out to Crap. Yo, like man, he handled it with such I guess you could say dignity, man. He was just like, yo, it's kind of like I don't know. He's like, man, I'm such a small YouTuber compared to this guy, but yet he felt the need to come out with a video about me. He's like, I feel kind of honored. Which, yo, big shout out to Crap. That was an amazing way to go
to
about it.
handle it. Yeah, definitely.
And he should, because of the fact that I think what a lot of Crap does is part of his act to be, to be an asshole. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because let's just be honest here. He deals with Showstopper and he deals with Next Gen. I don't think that either two of them would allow him to be racist at all. I think they would, especially with Next Gen and how he had his problems with Hard
Yeah.
Aid and BG and all the rest. There would be a clown session going on because you know what? The funniest video that I think that Next Gen ever made was that shit where he said, "That shit's funny to me." That was a classic video. So for Crap to be amongst them and how BGST is blown up, and shout out to BGST for being the best podcast in gaming. That's just me.
No doubt.
That's the best podcast in gaming, period. But the fact of it is that, this boosts up Crap's, morale, and it boosts up BGST's morale as well. And, like I said, I don't, there's things with Crap that I do not agree with the whole thing going after Phil Spencer. I've made it clear about how I felt about that, but we still have, the Xbox community is still as one, and we're stronger than ever.
Mm-hmm.
And so and what that makes is that Rich and all these other people that do not like the fact of the Scorpio rumors and everything else that Xbox is doing, what Killer Phil is doing, They are scared. They are nervous, and they have no other directions but to act a damn fool. So here we go. Let's go. You know
Let's
what I'm
go.
saying? Let's go.
Let's
Let's
do
go.
this.
Xbox is the best box, baby. I'm
Let's
ready
go.
right
I'm
now.
ready.
Let's go. Let's go.
See,
Shit.
yeah, let me touch on the whole what he said about like the community. All right, that this guy has been around on YouTube for a while, for a long time. Okay, and he should know better than to use the arguments that he had. He brought up sales again. Oh my goodness! Yo, hardware sales as the end all be all. All right. Now I've said this time and time again. If it wasn't for that kind of iPhone wave, all right, where the PS4 was the next thing that people had to get, and half of them don't even know why they had to get it. All right. If it wasn't for that wave, and you just saw the Xbox One like sales figures. Now I know Microsoft doesn't issue them out anymore, but there's a roundabout. Okay. When you see over 20 million consoles sold and you don't have that 40 million hanging over it, that's still a really good job in terms of selling hardware. He didn't talk about the attach rate, the amount of games that are bought per console that are in the living room or in the bedroom, which Xbox One, even though we don't have like 40 million consoles out there, we have a higher attach rate. He doesn't talk about the Halo 5 sales, which were through the roof the first 3 months and are continuing to sell to this day. All right, software is where these companies make the money. That's where they make the money. They want the hardware in your house so they can sell you the software. Now, anybody that has half a brain knows this. Okay, and then he wants to talk about performance-wise, saying like PS4 runs games better. Obviously, he didn't see that whole debacle with Assassin's Creed. Any CPU-intensive game is running better on the X1. It doesn't matter what the resolution is, all right? Sony at the beginning of the generation was pushing 1080p, and it led to a lot of problems in their games. It led to a lot of stuttering. It led to a lot of frame drops, all that good stuff. He doesn't talk about any of that shit, all right? I got this thing in my, when people start talking about the Xbox community, for people who followed me, I called out Mr. Official VG, because he said Xbox fanboys, and then he went on to talk about the community. You don't talk about this community. And from what I've seen, being a fairly intelligent person, this community is absolutely amazing. All right, maybe he should maybe Reviewtech needs to calm down a little bit and come and join an Xbox Live party. Come see a game time. Come talk with us before he tries to attack us. All right, and I don't give a shit if it's for entertainment. All right,
Right, 'cause it's not right.
You're talking
Hold on,
about my extended family here. But yeah, go ahead, man.
Hold on, let me say this. There's Muhammad Rafi, and I just want to shout him out because he wants to talk about, he want to call us X-Bags. See, again, your ignorance is what makes your hate for Microsoft and the Microsoft community even stronger.
Right.
Look, you can talk about Quantum Break and how the reports of it saying that it didn't sell over 200,000 copies in the U.S. I guarantee you that it sold a hell of a lot more in digital sales. Nobody's afraid to talk about the topics, bruh. We are straight about what we do here.
Oh yeah, yo, not for anything. I got it in my list right here. I'm talking about Remedy, new IPs, and see.
You know what I'm saying? We welcome you. We welcome anybody and everybody, because you know what? That even gives us more topics to discuss and debate. Because overall, all of us are gamers, and we are all part of one ecosystem, and we are more diverse than we ever have. That's the reason why I'm so pissed off at Crap Gamer. I mean, not Crap Gamer. I'm sorry, Reviewtech and others that want to use race and want us to call people out of their sexual orientation, out of their names. You know, I don't even like when black people impersonate white people. That's, you know what I'm saying? If you're a comedian, that's fine. I get it. But when you're YouTubers, let's be serious on the facts when we talk about racism and other things that are real and that with this whole diverse community that we have in gaming, we should embrace it and enjoy it and love it, and especially our ladies like Oh Snap and all the rest of Lady Foxfire and She Fox and so
She-Wolf.
Deleon.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, She Wolf. I said She Fox. I'm sorry. And so many other women that is coming into gaming. We should embrace that. That's what we should be doing right now instead of talking about dumb shit. But
Yeah.
okay,
Don't forget, we don't hate
Take it
PlayStation. We
over.
just know
Yeah.
Xbox is better.
And definitely, and the fact that PlayStation isn't what it used to be. Let's just be honest here. PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, and even right now with the game content, PlayStation 3 has given out a hell of a lot more games than what you get on the PlayStation 4. So do not tell me about how the PlayStation 4 is better in that aspect.
Yeah, I saw B Shadow's video on that. That was absolutely insane, yo. Shout out to B Shadows for pointing out truth, pointing out absolute truth when it comes to what people are getting with the PS3 compared to the PS4. Yo, people are getting so many, like with the PlayStation Network, the PlayStation Now and all that good stuff, getting so many more games on the PS3 right now. It would actually be better for people to invest in a PlayStation 3.
Exactly. And then also the point of the PlayStation Now. The PlayStation Now has more games on the PS3 than it does on the PS4. If you don't believe me, just look it up yourself. There's like up to over 400 games that's available on the PS3, PS Now version compared to the PS4. Because you know why? They want to milk your asses for more money. And they're going to keep bringing remake after remake after remake. Instead of letting the true PlayStation fans like me that know what PlayStation can offer, the true games like Siphon Filter, like Mark of the Cree, bring us on a Miss You. I know Niho is something like on a Miss You, but it isn't on a Miss You. You know what I'm saying? Let's bring back Granadia. Let's bring back Xenogears. Let's bring back all these great games that PlayStation has the access to bring, but they refuse to because they're all working for that mighty dollar. Microsoft is doing it the right way for their consumers, and that's why I roll with them. I've been a gamer ever since before there was even gaming. It was arcades when I was gaming. So listen to a root gamer, because I'm only going to tell you the truth, and all of us at this panel is real. So understand that. I know I'm a little crunk right now. I'm going to chill out.
Yeah.
But let's go. So
Get him started, man.
That's a wrap.
I'm going back. I'm going back to the cave. I'm doing intro media gaming style right now.
Nah, it's all good, man. Like you said, we are passionate gamers. We care about our community. We also have common sense. That's one thing I have stated from the beginning of my channel. I'm trying to bring common sense back into YouTube gaming, and that's why, like, looking at the people, you know, for the podcast and everything like that, that's why you guys are here. Intelligent gamers have common sense, and you have passion for the community. That's what it's all about. All right. So, you know, when it comes to Reviewtech, you know, whatever you guys want to do about it, like, if you guys are subbed, if you want to unsub, yo, do whatever, but just let it be known that, you know, the Xbox community isn't what this guy is trying to portray it to be, all right? And he is using some really weak-ass arguments when it comes to the X1 compared to the PS4. All right, but since we got really down deep into that dark area, let's bring it back up a little bit and let's switch topics here. Lately, especially on Twitter, I don't know on Facebook or whatever, but little screenshots, little videos have surfaced about a possible Halo 3 anniversary.
Yay!
Halo.
Have you guys seen this? Have you guys seen like that little video where it showed like the title screen and stuff like that? Have any of you guys seen it?
I haven't seen the video, but I've been hearing.
I'll share it with you on
pieces
Twitter.
here and there.
I'll DM you, man. You definitely gotta see
Okay.
it. I actually I got a little more than that. I got a couple more videos, and it was kind of like one of the videos was kind of like a step back, and you could kind of see the TV that, like, the screen that it's running on and stuff like that. So this does seem to be true. All right. And I didn't think about Halo 3's original launch date at first. And at first I was a little worried because The title screen and everything looks so polished. It looks like it's ready to go out tomorrow. All right, that's how good it looked. Okay. But then a couple of my friends was like, "Hey, remember it was 2007 when Halo 3 came out, so the anniversary would be 10 years later, so it'd be 2017."
Jimmy's going crazy. He's like, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!"
See, and that's the reason why I brought it up. It seems that a lot of people that are into Halo 3 was their absolute favorite. All right, so I don't know. Oh snaps! Did you ever play Halo 3 or
Nope.
no?
I got into Halo when we got the Master Chief Collection. I didn't even get into it too much. I played some multiplayer, and then I really got into Halo when we got Halo 5. And unfortunately, I haven't had the time to play the Master Chief Collection. I know a couple times I, talked to you about it, and I wanted to get into it, but to be honest, I just have no time to do anything.
I got you. Well, when you talked to me about going through the other Halos in the Master Chief Collection, I was still trying to get different armor sets and helmets and stuff like that. So you can let people know. I was just like, nah, let's go to Halo 5 because I was trying to get my rec points. I'm going to be honest with everybody here. That's exactly why.
Listen, I want to do it. So if someone's going to help me out and go in with me, co-op it, I'm down. I definitely want to try it out.
Nice. Foos, where would you rate Halo 3 like on your list of Halos, and then would you be like thoroughly excited for the anniversary when it comes out?
Halo 3 was really the first Halo I started really to get into. Multiplayer-wise is where it really stood out for me. I had a blast with it. I'm excited to hear about it, but at the same time, I don't know what they're going to do to make this game, if they're going to try and bring it into the future or not, and that's kind of scary because I would rather keep it what I remember.
Well, they've been pretty good with anniversary so far. The Halo 2 anniversary was
beautiful.
Absolute bananas, dude. So, I definitely, when it comes to the anniversaries, I definitely do trust them. Yo, Mega, where would you put Halo 3 on your list of Halo games? And are you excited for those rumors? I'm not. I don't even want to call them rumors no more because I've seen enough to know that, it looks like it could come out this holiday. But where would you put Halo 3, and would you be excited for the anniversary?
Oh yeah, I would be. But me personally, I would hope that they would try to promote more of Halo Master Chief Collection and like put that into that some kind of way. But I know that they won't. It's going to be its own little piece. But I love the Halo Master Chief Collection now after they've done so many good things with it and they finally fixed it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, Halo 3 is second. Halo 1 is always going to be the best to me because I have so many rich thoughts and just so many rich just memories of how fun Halo was. I was never really into shooters other than GoldenEye on the Nintendo 64. And then when Halo came, it was just completely different. So Halo's always number one. Halo 3 will be number two. And Halo 5 actually outshadows Halo 2 right now. And I know that sounds crazy to a lot of people, but I love Halo 5 and the direction they're going. So yeah, no, I'm excited about it regardless of the fact. I just wish that they would, hopefully promote some more of Halo Master Chief Collection because that is a great game that is doing something that no other game has ever done before.
Got you. I got you, man. You know what? I was going to do this a little bit later on, but kind of on a whim here. There's somebody in the chat. Jimmy Eat Rose. Jimmy Eat Rose, can you hit up the chat? Let me know you're still in there. I was going to do something a little bit later on in this podcast. I was calling it the New YouTuber Spotlight. And I was going to kind of let people know about a new YouTuber coming out. I just saw his first couple videos. He's really good at what he's doing, especially for his first 2 videos.
Jimmy,
Hey,
where are you?
yeah, Jimmy, where are you, man? Hopefully,
hiding.
hopefully he didn't take a break and go to the bathroom or something, because what I'm doing right now is I'm actually sending him the link to our
There he
hangout
is.
here.
What's up, Jimmy?
Hey.
So Jimmy, since we're talking about Halo and stuff now, I figured let's do this now. So if you check your Twitter, you should have the link to the podcast. Come on in and join us, man. Let's hear what you have to say about possibly a Halo 3 anniversary.
Welcome, Jimmy.
I was gonna say, he got in here that fast. That's amazing.
Oh, there's some fire outside.
But
Uh-oh.
while he's coming in here, oh snaps! If you could just watch the hangout and see if and when he gets in here about this, I'll share kind of my thoughts on the Halo 3 anniversary. Like I said, from what I've seen, I've gotten a few direct messages and stuff like that. From what I've seen, this game is ready to go. All right. So I don't, it's not going to come out this year. I think what they'll do, I think they had time. They kind of put it together. They're probably going to use a year to kind of tweak
Give us a
stuff
beta.
out. That would be awesome.
Yeah, they should do that.
That would be amazing. But for people who know me, Halo 3, and I'm going to get hate for this. I already know that. Halo 3 was not my favorite Halo. All right? Before Halo 5 came out, I would say Halo 2 was my absolute favorite. And that was with the story and multiplayer combined. All right? Halo 2, the first time you were dual wielding, the story was crazy. The ending left you like on a cliff. Yeah, I do understand that. But the story, the progression through the story was absolutely amazing. All right? When it came to Halo 3, I was a little let down by the story, and it's just because my favorite adversaries were elites. I love going against the elites, and of course the elites got dethroned from, their spot in the Covenant and all this good stuff, and the brutes took over. Now, the brutes were easier to me than the elites were, because the elites would jump and dodge and stuff like that, where the brutes were more brutal, and they would come after you. So if you got a little space in between you and them, you just start pegging them in the head. It didn't seem too difficult, all right? So that's what I thought about, Halo 3 when it came out. But am I excited about the anniversary? Yes. All right. I do want to see what they'll do to bring that up to speed to today's standards. Visually, if they might put anything that they might have chopped off of the story, when it first came out on the 360. I am a big Halo fan. All right. So yeah, I am excited for it. Even though to me it wasn't the greatest Halo. To me, I am still pumped that they are going to do this and it is going to come out. Has anybody seen Jimmy yet?
No.
No.
Not yet.
Come on, Jim.
Well, maybe you should check your Twitter.
That is true. Let's see here.
Shout out to Western Drake. He said, "Love you, Xbot and no snap, haha."
Aw.
We got love.
Nothing but love from the community. I absolutely love that. Yeah.
And we love the community.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this community is awesome.
Yeah, this is by far the best community. I mean, the PC community is great. The PlayStation community is great. The Nintendo community is very strong and loyal. But when it comes down to just gaming, and man, Xbox is just, the Xbox community is just top notch, man. So, shout out to everybody that's a part of the Xbox community.
Oh, I got you. All right. Well, I'll talk a little bit more about Jimmy's YouTube a little bit later on when I did have planned. Unfortunately, because he lives across the pond, it is late, and he's like, "Man, everybody's in bed. I really can't do it." So, big shout out to Jimmy. Jimmy, just to let you know, man. Like I said, I've watched your first couple videos. Your second one has me wondering what's going on. By the way,
Struck some curiosity there.
Yeah. But if you guys haven't checked it out yet, I will post a link to his channel. So definitely check out his channel. I'll probably do it after the podcast. So just come back at some point in time and check the description. I'll have his channel up there, so this way you guys can check out like his videos and watch him progress. Because it's always fun to see a new YouTuber, especially someone that's talented, like come up. See his first video going through and see how everything evolves. And I think the sky is the limit for this guy. He's done nothing but support this podcast, support my channel. He's a really cool guy. I said I'll talk about it later, but I guess I just talked about it now.
Listen, I saw his first video and I was like, wow, that was really great. So I'm excited to see more from Jimmy.
Nice.
I'll be checking you out, son.
All right, so now that everybody's all excited about Halo 3, like I said, we're going to wait a year on it because that would be the 10-year anniversary. I think it's done. I think they're just sitting on it. It's just like, it's just that egg in the nest. The bird's just keeping it warm until it hatches. And it's going to hatch, my words here, holiday 2017. Okay? Now, let's move on to the next subject, and that would be Remedy. All right? I'm not sure if I told everybody on the panel about this, but we are all gamers. So there's a pretty good chance you guys have come across this news. But Remedy is working on 2 new IPs. And shout out to Crap Gamer. His video actually sparked me to look into all this. Remedy's doing 2 new IPs. They already came out and said that, one of them is not Alan Wake 2. But from Crap Gamer's video, they're also not funded or partnered with Microsoft for these new IPs. With Quantum Break and the sales with Quantum Break and how it didn't even reach 200,000 yet in the United States, it is a quality game. All right, me and O-Snaps have it. I played through it once. I'm gonna do it again. It's just that it's a single player experience that I can pick up at any time and play it again, which I like that. All right, just at any point in time I can just pick it up and go through the whole experience again. But it's obvious that it didn't sell the way it should have. Okay, I think a lot of that had to do with the confusion over, of course, resolution. All right, with the 4 720p images put together to create the image that's on your screen. The image that's on your screen is 1080p, which is why when the PC version, when you had people running it on their graphics cards at 1080p, they're like, well, it looks exactly like the X1 version. That's because it was 1080p. What they did is every individual layer dealt with another special effects aspect, and it was all put together to create a 1080p resolution. So you had one layer that was dealing with like the particle effects of the time freezing. You had another one dealing with the frozen actual structures. It is really genius way to develop a game. But then again, if you don't look into the technical side of it, you wouldn't really know that. But unfortunately, it didn't sell well, and it seems like Remedy is going towards maybe multi-plat. So, Foos, first of all, did you play Quantum Break? What did you think, and what do you think about Remedy possibly going multi-plat on these 2 new games?
Yeah, I bought it. I played it. It was wonderful. There were points where the graphics, it looked like maybe the lighting was a little off. But other than that, the game was really beautiful. Had a lot of fun with it. Played through it twice. I beat it on normal and on hard. Took some pictures, put it on the Facebook group for all the haters, I don't have a problem with them going multi-plat. I mean, like we said, we're all gamers. It don't bother me at all. I am a little worried about what the PlayStation community would do with it, with all the crap that they even talked about Quantum Break. Why would they want anything from Remedy?
Yeah.
But they're missing out because they are some awesome storytellers, and that game was really good.
Definitely, definitely. Now, Chicken Spaghetti said in the chat, he was like, 200K is right. 200K is in the U.S., and that's physical only. And that's another aspect we got to think of, because Quantum Break was promoted heavily as a digital title. I mean, it's not so far back that we can't remember. Like Microsoft, all this like when it came to that game was buy it digital, buy it digital, buy it digital. They threw everything but the kitchen sink at you to buy
Yeah.
it digital.
Yes.
So we
I
did.
bought it digital.
You got the Windows 10 copy. You got the Alan Wake, and there's another game, Alan Wake something. What was it?
American
Nightmare.
You got
Nightmare.
free. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They gave us absolutely everything to get it digital. So I don't know, Mega. We kind of heard what you thought about Quantum Break in the beginning, but just kind of go back and let us know how you felt about that game, and what do you think about these two new IPs? There's some people that are saying that they could possibly do PlayStation exclusives, which they can do because they're not under partnership with Microsoft for these two new IPs. So, do you think it's going to go exclusive on the other end? Do you think they're going to work on multiplats? So, what do you think, K-Mega?
Well, I mean, you just look at just other titles. You hear about the makers of Drive Club because they sold 2 million, but still they shut down Drive Club. They're going to start going multiplat. Then you look at the group that made Dex and Jack, I can't say that. Whatever. They made Sunset
Yeah.
Overdrive.
Okay.
They made Sunset Overdrive, and that was an Xbox exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see it the way that the business is now with game development, that it's a problem. If they want to make a exclusive game for the PlayStation, that's fine. I just don't want it to be Quantum Break, because I don't want these ponies to actually get some real good gaming content other than Uncharted 4. Uncharted 4 is really good.
Well, the gaming content that they kind of bashed when it wasn't on their preferred piece of plastic.
Right.
I got you.
And
Just like Titanfall.
Yeah, and I was just going to say Titanfall. Thank you, Fuski. And it's just,
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be multiple. Now all of a sudden, oh, it's great, it's wonderful. See, that's the thing about it, that I don't have a problem with it as long as it's not Quantum Break. I want Quantum Break to stay exclusive because it is a great game. And what some people just not understanding is that it is the very first IP from Remedy on this new game. So I mean, it's not going to be perfect. I don't think any new IP is perfect. So, Quantum Break has its shortcomings in some cases, but it's a very good quality game. And I bought it digital, and so many other people bought it digital because you wanted to get it on the Windows 10 app, and plus you wanted to get those other 2 free digital games. So it sold over 1 million. So I don't know how much it actually sold, but I know it still was pretty successful. So, I don't know. I think it's the age of digital games are on their way, not completely out, because people still buy a lot of games hard copy, but I think that people are starting to accept digital sales.
Not for anything, but Microsoft knew that was going to happen. Even PlayStation, even Sony, they thought it was going to happen at the beginning of this generation, but they kind of waited for Microsoft to say it first. They heard the backlash. They threw a couple graphics together, and they changed absolutely everything about the PS4 when it was all digital. I don't know, Snaps. What do you think about like Quantum Break, and then what do you think about 2 new IPs? Do you see them like they're not partnered with Microsoft, so they're not going to be exclusive? Do you see them going multi-plat, or do you see them going like a Sony exclusive?
What were the 2 new IPs?
We actually don't know their names or anything like that.
I thought that I got lost in the chat room here as I was listening to you guys.
Of course, everybody's talking about your chicken, so all of a sudden it's like, oh, what podcast?
All right, so Quantum Break, I got to play all about an hour, and I haven't picked it up since because I have so many other games to play, and life and stuff like that. I don't get to play often during the week. But for the hour or whatever that I did play, it was a really cool game. I was like, whoa. And watching other people's gameplay, I was like, whoa. So I really liked it. And as far as I think that the games should go multi-plat, so that way the developers get more money. I don't care if it's exclusive or not. I mean, if I want it, I'm going to get it. And I think that everybody should have that option, so long as, the developers are getting what they deserve.
That is exactly true. That is a very good point. Now, we don't have to think about Remedy doing like a Quantum Break on PlayStation or anything like that. We got to remember, from what I remember of both Alan Wake and Quantum Break, they are Microsoft titles. So, Remedy can't go and make another one somewhere else, I believe. If I'm wrong on that, people in the chat definitely let me
We
know.
will set you on fire.
Oh, did Remedy make Sunset Overdrive?
No, that was Insomniac.
Okay, that's what I thought because it was
And I'm actually looking forward to a Sunset Overdrive too.
Yeah, no, I am too. I never played it until it became free because I just didn't think that I would like it.
Mhm.
That is a very fun game. It's very good. It's really good.
It's one of the funniest games that we have right now as well.
Yeah, it's an awesome game. Awesome game. I even bought the DLC for it because I was like, damn, I didn't even know this game was this good. I was skeptical of it, and then I was like, oh wow, this is a fun game. So
yeah, I mean that's one thing. One thing Microsoft is bringing to the table, and that is games. And in the end, everybody's claiming they're gamers. All right, so why not talk about the games? Like Sunset Overdrive had kind of like a functionality to it that you didn't really see before. It was kind of like those old school Tony Hawk games meets third-person shooter with some crazy humor and a really beautiful aesthetic when it came to like the colorful city and the monsters and stuff like that. But of course, a lot of people shitted on it because it was an X1 exclusive. I believe who was it? Brad Sams. When we were talking to him on Crossfire yesterday, he just let it be known that when it comes to the media, it's popular to talk shit about Microsoft. So this is what we're going through. I mean, we're getting all the stuff that a gamer wants, but because it's popular to hate on that corporation, we get to see all that negative feedback and backlashing and stuff like that. And I don't think these games get the true credit that they deserve. And if I were the developers, I'd be really pissed off about that when it came to the media and the reviews and stuff like that.
That's why I think it's a perfect idea for Microsoft to merge with PC and to have games get into that market because as a report that I read I think about 2 months ago, that there was 800 million PC gamers. Now, of course, that was bloated because there was just some people that just play solitaire and Minesweep. But with that type of market, that even if you have, let's say, 50% of that market that hate Microsoft and don't want to deal with anything Microsoft or don't want to deal with anything Windows 10, you will have 1 to 2, maybe even 3 to 5 million people that will buy that game because they are interested in it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's perfect. That's exactly what's going to keep games like Sunset Overdrive, Rise, Forza, and more games to come to keep on making new iterations of games because that market will be open for them and they can make the money to keep the lights on and to keep on making new IPs.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that. I think that Microsoft is doing a fantastic job on going that direction.
All right, when it comes to Microsoft in their future with blending, having it as the Xbox platform, all right, which you have your console for, it'll run on PC and stuff like that. You couple that with how kind of like the masses are swaying towards all digital, and it makes me really happy because the developers can finally get the money that they deserve for the art that they made. I know I'm guilty of this. I know a lot of other people are guilty of this, and it has really affected the industry, and that is the pre-owned space. All right? People, they talk about microtransactions. They talk about season passes, and why do they do this? They do this because, a month after their game comes out, their game is absorbed into that pre-owned space, and then you have the GameStops and everything like that. Those companies making nothing but profit off of selling other people's art. All right, that none of that money is going to the developers. Can you imagine how much money developers actually lose over time with developing games and having them like get absorbed into that pre-owned space? So I am happy where everything is going, where everything's kind of swaying towards digital, and Microsoft merging that PC and that console together, and they focus on the Xbox platform. Hey, you know what? Play the games on whatever hardware you want. They're not going to get rid of the console, all right, because there's still consumers that will only buy console. but now you add in the PC, and then you can tell developers, it's like, well, you can make this one game, it'll stretch across hardware. We have like say 25 million here on console, and then we have another so many million here on PC. The developer is going to look at that kind of wide-eyed, like, oh wow, let's do that. You know,
Right. That's and there's a point to Eastwood. Shout out to him. That this has been the argument that I've been facing and fighting with PC guys from the very beginning. PC is a platform. It is not a console. When you see a game that comes on a PC that's so-called exclusive, it's not exclusive to the PC, which is your personal computer. It is exclusive to that company, which is Blizzard and whoever else that makes games for the PC only. And those games are now slowly starting to come and bleed over to the consoles because of the fact that consoles have the tech to have, like PlanetSide 2 that's going to be coming to the X1, and then you got Warframe, you got Neverwinter, and you got the DC universe, which I think that was just on PlayStation first anyway. But regardless, PC is not a console, and that's why I crack up when these PC guys, these elitists, want to keep on trying to project it like they're in the console realm. No, you have a platform where you can play games on. When you go to Best Buy, you don't buy a PC. A common person don't buy a PC for gaming. They buy it for whatever they're going to buy it for maybe work purposes. When you go to the store and buy a Nintendo, a PlayStation, or an Xbox, it is for that purpose, which is for console gaming. And also, the personal computer, does not own IPs. PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo does. So when they have these arguments like that the PC are taking exclusives, no, they're not. They're actually expanding, developers to get that money and to generate more cash. So that's a dumbass argument, and nobody should ever believe anything what the elitists say.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to Skit Eastwood. He is one of my Twitter buddies. He is a major supporter of this podcast. We go back and forth, direct message, stuff like that. He's a really, really cool guy. I see what he's saying here. He's like, the console games going to PC. He's like, but hey, what about PC games going to the Xbox? And there has been some signs, and K-Mega, that this should excite you. I guess the Game Boy Advance emulator, I guess they're building it on the Universal platform. So technically, you'd be able to have the Game Boy Advance emulator playing on your X1. Dude, you might have emulators on your X1. What do you think about that, Mega?
That's the magic word. You said emulator. You know what? Let me pour me a drink for that. I love this rock right here. Let's go ahead and have a little sip of that. Yes, everybody that has not had a chance to mess with the emulators, trust me, it is priceless. Mwah, fire.
Yo, Skin, you just made K Mega's day, man. I hope you're happy, dude. But all right, so oh snap! Since we're talking about the console games to PC and vice versa, that thing that I just said about emulators, can you imagine possibly seeing like Super Nintendo emulator running on the X1, actually having Nintendo titles and stuff like that playing on your system? What do you think about that?
Have the old school look like Legend of Zelda and that?
As long as they make
Given they do that, yes, that would be amazing. I would be so freaking excited because it's like my childhood right there.
And you also heard that there were rumors that Nintendo and Microsoft were in talks.
Yes.
Ooh.
That would be awesome, because I've always said that if Nintendo was going to preserve their brands, if they don't succeed with the NX, the one thing that they will succeed at is having an app, a Nintendo app, to where they can put it on the PC, they can put it on the PlayStation, they can put it on the Xbox, to where you have access to all of their games. To all of their older games. I mean, can you imagine?
Super Metroid for me all day. Metroid.
I mean, Mario 2 and 3. I know Mario 2 was weird. Birdo was a freaky looking son of a bitch, but I mean, I love Mario 2 and 3. and just all the countless older games, man, it would just be class, and they would make so much money, more than they would if they even what they had with the NX. So,
But look, if you look at this generation, just look at with Windows 10, the UWP, and everything like that. Look at like the possible features and stuff that you have for the system that you have right now. Absolutely amazing stuff that we would never have thought of like before the launch of this generation. You guys agree with it? Absolutely insane.
it'd be great.
But
It'd be
all
great.
right, so now since we talked about that and everything, let's get to the preview update real quick, and then just kind of, this is the weekend. You know, I would love to hear what you guys think about this new preview update. If if you've been given feedback, all that good stuff. How much have you been talking to Cortana? So, oh snaps, is Cortana your best friend? And what do you think of the update? And what do you think? Is it buggy to you? What do you think?
It's buggy. Can I say the C word on here? Because Cortana is that. I always have a problem with Cortana on my phone, and apparently you don't actually have to say, "Hey, Cortana." Oh God, no, my computer's gonna listen. Listen, stop. Anyways, I've had a lot of issues, but that seems to be my thing when I try out new technology. It'll be fine for Xbox, but for me, it all goes wrong. So, a lot of times Cortana will keep making the thinking sound over and over, and Xbox told me to snap my messages and hit the B button to go back. The other day, I said something to her about Xbox, and she said something about, she pulled up like news articles, and it was something about a party with Xbox AIDS, and I was like, what? So, as far as the way that you can have your games now on your dashboard, I think that's amazing. I really like that.
Oh, the my games and apps, the different size
Yeah, and
tiles.
I made them smaller icons, and it was a lot easier to find what I was looking for or browse and see what I wanted to play or wanted to go on.
Nice. So have you hit up the dashboard and given like Microsoft any feedback yet?
Nope.
Nope.
I plan on it. Actually, no, I did. I did once, and I went on there and it closed out. And oh yeah, that's another thing. My upload studio does not work. It was deleting clips that I was making last night for my gameplay today, and I got so frustrated. And then I, tried again. I closed it out, came back, and then it closed out on me after I had 10 minutes worth of gameplay. I was like, you know what, screw this. I'll do it on my computer. So I am definitely going to go on and do my feedback.
I got you. Yeah, for being a part of the preview for as long as I have, I've noticed when new updates come along, one of the first apps that gets messed with that doesn't work properly is usually Upload Studio. It's pretty, that Upload Studio is what I make my videos on, all right? And as of right now, anytime I try to do the voiceover or I try to add any type of text to the videos, like I could put in videos, I could put in transitions, all that works fine. But I have to actually transfer it over to the computer to do the voiceover and if I want to add any text or anything like that. But hey, it's what we signed up for. We didn't expect it to be perfect. We are the guinea pigs. We are the ones that say, hey, this isn't working properly. Hey, that isn't working properly. And then Microsoft goes ahead and does the work that they have to do. Fuskies, what do you think about the preview? How do you like Cortana, and is it buggy for you as well?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, my phone's acting funny. Yeah, I had a couple problems with the same thing. She was listening over and over, just kept making that chirping sound. So that's pretty much the only one. I just got it, so I haven't been completely through it. The My Games and Apps is where it shines for me. Yeah, it's awesome to have all those games just on one page and see everything you have.
Nice. How about you, Mega? What do you think about the update? Did you get the update? You got it, right?
I got the update. I got the update like last. Thank you, Killer Phil. I want the update day one. I had other people just bragging it and throwing it in my face.
I think Killer Phil likes my gamer tag because I was one of the first people to get it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Hey, K Mega 45 always supports you, man. Come on, like, for real. No, it is very buggy. Actually, out of all the previews that I've had, it is the most buggy, but it is the most massive update, I think, of this generation for the X1. So it's to be expected. I mean, I was trying to Twitch. I was playing Tekken online with some friends and with a guy that actually was uh, a gamer that he does the world tournament gaming. He's a fighter,
Okay.
And he was kicking my ass. So I guess that was a good thing for me not to be shown. But but it wouldn't Twitch. My Connect doesn't really work right now. I have to talk through my headset to Cortana. But when I talk to her, she listens really well. There's just certain things that needs to be. But I love the new dashboard of how you can get to your games and how that all is working and how you get to your games and apps. I do love that, and you can see how many games you actually have. So if somebody is out there bragging and saying that you don't play games or you don't buy games, you can just show them that little number, and then you're good. So that's awesome. It just needs to be some touches, but I mean, I will tell them a couple of things that's going wrong. But other than that, I mean, it's what to be expected. It's a previews program.
Yeah. Yeah, for people out there that, who signed in for the preview program, who opted in for this preview, and who expected everything to run absolutely smoothly, man, like, for lack of a better term, like, you people are retarded, all right? Like, this is what it's called, a preview, all right? This is why we have a dashboard. You go in and you give your input. You let them know what is exactly going on. Now, one of the things I like with, using my game clips and stuff like that to make my videos, you guys need to check out, like, your game clips. I usually go through Upload and I go Manage Clips. They redid the way your clips are, like, positioned on the screen and stuff like that. It kind of looks like the My Games and Apps thing, but you can't adjust tiles, but it looks really good. And I was really impressed by it. I do love the My Games and Apps part. I love messing around with Cortana and just asking her random stuff. And you can tell that it's a real raw update, because when you ask her just anything randomly, like, her snap will, like, either go to the internet or she has an answer for you. But if you look at most of your screen, it actually goes back to your My Games and Apps area, just for her to be able to say something back or to show you that internet thing. So it is really raw right now. But the potential, I think the potential is through the roof.
Last night she kept telling me, can't connect to the internet right now. Can't connect. I'm like, bitch.
And you know what, Snaps? You should be a little more used to her, because we've been a part of the Windows Phone preview for a while.
I know. I was just saying that. It's so annoying, though. It's like, I guess I expected it to work better than it did, but then again, I know what to expect as well, so it's my own fault for expecting in the first place.
I was just saying, it was just like you were expecting that Wrath helmet in that rec pack.
I was expecting to win the lottery last night, too. So.
It is kind of cool that I don't have to worry about saying your name anymore, because now you have to say Cortana in order for it to work.
Oh, dude,
so every time I would say Xbot, it's just like the Xbox starts listening.
Yo, dude, I swear, like, anybody who talks to me on Xbox Live, they are so happy right now if they have the preview, because they can actually say my name without, like, the system coming up like, hey, what do you want? I'm right here. Like, oh, man. Shout out to Big Kahuna, because he used to tell me when he was making his videos that, like, he used to have to spell out my name when he shout me out, or when he was talking about something like me and him did. And now, like, if he has a preview, he won't have to do that.
Guess who's here?
Oh, man, especially the old name Splits. Good God Almighty, man. I mean, you killed us, man. I would try to find you, and then I couldn't. And then when you did come to and hit me up, then you would say, let's play some Forza, and then you kick my ass. I'm like, man, look, man, what's the problem? So, whatever. So, yeah, shout out to Big Kahuna, man. I love that guy.
Yeah, that dude's crazy.
Yeah, he makes some awesome videos.
All right. Well, better late than never. All right. Oh, man. Babe, do you remember the intro I was going to use for him? It seems like so long ago.
It was like break your neck or
No,
something.
what?
Kiss the ring? No, it wasn't that either.
Oh,
I
I
had to tell
got
my
you.
computer to kiss the ring.
I got you. It is the man. That'll make a graphic that'll show you sleeping with the fishes. It's the Don. What's going on, Don?
Not much, man. I had a huge update. My hard drive space is kind of huge, and I just decided to do like a major update on it, so it took forever.
I got
Sorry,
you. Hold
guys.
on, Don. Just to let you know, yeah, Xbox AIDS, but that wasn't talking about me. All right, I'm all set, man. I'm gonna live a long time, so don't even worry about that. But all right. Well, Don, you came in on the question, so you must answer it now. Do you have the preview update, and what do you think, sir?
I don't have the preview update. I've been watching everybody's reviews on it and everything. I'm a little jealous, but at the same time, when I was in the preview program, I think before last Christmas time, it kind of killed my my Kinect. So that's why I kind of opted out, and I just wanted stuff to work. Party chat was having problems, all sorts of stuff. So
I got you,
I just
man.
want a smooth experience. But I am jealous of Cortana and all that sort of stuff. And
I asked her if she liked the Don, and then she got scared, and I actually had to re-download the update because I think as soon as she realized who I was talking about, she went into like witness protection. But I got her back.
We don't talk about the Dawn here.
Yeah, I got her back though. It's okay. I let her know that we're good friends and everything's all set, man. Like I said, better late than never. I am very happy that you did show up here. That's pretty much the topics we have for today, though, dude. Is there anything you wanted to chime in on? Anything that you heard? I saw you in the chat.
Yeah,
Man,
I do want to chime in.
The whole rich thing, man, that bugged me
goodness.
so bad. Not what you guys were saying, of course, right? But, like, I don't know. That guy's got enough subs. He doesn't have to stoop to that sort of stuff. And it goes to show what I was kind of expecting when we start hearing more about this Neo stuff. I mean, people are just they're gonna lose. It's like when you were a child and you used to play on the playground and you had that merry-go-round. Everyone wanted to get on. It was fun. You spin around, but eventually you would get sick, right?
Uh-huh.
But there was like this kid that's kind of like, kids don't know the difference. Kids love kids, right? But there's this kid that like no one really gets along with. Everyone's kind of looking at him sideways. There's something wrong with that kid. Like they just kind of stay their distance. And he's kind of a little bit of a mouth breather. His shoes are untied. He kind of has a smell going on. And you're spinning around the merry-go-round, and you're like, okay, as soon as the thing slows down, I'm going to get off. This kid comes along, kind of has that goofy laugh, and then keeps spinning you.
Oh,
And
goodness.
you just feel sick and sick and sick. That's what this console wars stuff is going to be like for the next little bit. You're going to want to get off. You want to talk more about the peace type stuff. You want to just get more to the games, and then people are just going to want to spin that merry-go-round and talk about the sales. They're going to want to talk about the BS, and it's just hang on tight. It's going to be that way for a little while, guys. I mean,
I got you, man. We did have a request from the chat. Lady Foxfire. Shout out to Lady Foxfire. She has been here for every single episode as well. Like I said, man, #, community.
Thank you, Miss Fox.
She wanted to know our thoughts about the store. So anybody like the store on the X1 with the preview? I don't know. Mega, have you checked out the stores? What do you think about the overall look of it, functionality?
I like it. I do. Like I said, I was really impressed with how they sectioned off everything in the store. If you look at the top of the screen, they had all these things from music to movies to this, that. But
Yeah.
they shrunk it down, and then when you go into games, you got a list of everything from the backwards compatible games to the new games to other different categories. And I just bought me 3 games. I bought what did I just buy? I bought I don't even know why I did it, but I did.
This is the disclaimer right before.
Yeah, it's a disclaimer, and I'm probably going to get a lot of hate. But I just bought the Tekken King from Destiny, And but I'm gonna give it a try
No,
because
there's people in the chat that like Destiny, man. I think you're safe
yeah,
here.
I didn't. I thought it was trash because they sold me on goods, but I'm not gonna go into that. That's a whole. I'll make a video about that. But I bought it because it was nice and affordable, and then I bought Samurai Showdown 2, and then I bought the Sega what is that? A Vintage, which was all of the old retro games. I can't think of the name of it right now, but it worked fine. It was nice. I thought it was real cool. It was buggy still because when I was trying to move it around, I was trying to use my digital. It wasn't working right, but when I was using the analog, it was moving around. But it's still partitioned perfect. So once they get everything right, it's going to be flawless, and everybody is going to enjoy that. So that part is really solid.
Nice. One thing I wanted to add about the store for people who have visited the store, did you notice when you hit featured and go into like the game section, did you notice at the very top actually looks like the very first X1 dashboard? It had the real big triangle, had the 3 little triangles on the side, and then it had a couple tiles down low, and the only thing that they really changed was the redeem a code, and there was one other option. Those are real like skinny rectangles on the bottom. But as soon as I looked at it, the first thing I thought of was that looks exactly like the very first like user interface on the X1. Did anybody notice that?
No, I didn't. You pointed it out though.
No, I didn't notice it. That's just you being technical. I hate that TheDon was not here earlier with the chinchilla coat to collaborate with you. But me and Fuski and Snaps, we were just kind of like, that's on you, bro.
I do my best, but man, nobody
take the wheel.
Nobody can sit in that Don throne. You know what I'm saying?
No, we can't do that.
I did my best.
Well,
I think I got a foot near it.
In Newark too, because I mean. Y'all 3 tech guys.
Yo,
I mean,
yeah, man.
And Snaps. We got to hold back when you guys start getting into the technological part of the show. We just kind of like, listen, Jesus take the wheel.
Jesus take the wheel. Hold on. Randolph Thor got in here? When did he come? No. Oh, okay. No, never mind.
Xbot.
Yeah.
Couple things. Kilo wants to know if he could touch on a COD topic real quick.
Oh, I'm sorry, Call of Duty. We ran out of time.
And then also,
wow.
the whole thing about people being able to download Fallout 4, the digital deluxe, I thought that was really crazy. I was unable to do it, but everybody who did download it got $10 from Microsoft because they revoked the licenses. But I'm wondering if that has something to do with them integrating the smart glass and the Xbox app with the new Cortana update and things like that, because I noticed on my phone it's looking different in the store section.
Yeah, they merged the store. On our preview, they definitely merged the stores together.
I'm thinking that might be what happened with the whole Fallout 4 pricing, and then mad people downloaded and they all got $10. I'm like, man, I wish I got my $10.
I mean, I would have.
That was crazy.
I would have loved. Like, I didn't do it either. Unfortunately, I was late to the party.
Yeah, I would try.
I would have definitely thought about it if the X1 was like right in front of me and I was seeing Twitter go off at that point in time. But I would have loved, like, not for anything. Microsoft is a multi-billion-dollar company. If there was a hiccup with what you were doing in the background, in the infrastructure of Windows 10 and everything like that, let people have the game.
You done fudged up.
Let people have the game. They found a loophole. They took that loophole. It's not their fault the loophole was there. Kind of like with the Division and them like banning players and stuff like that. Like, Microsoft came in and took that game out that you got legitimately over their own screw up. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I do like the $10. That's all well and good. But you're giving somebody $10 for like what, a $90 game? Because it was like
it's
$109 games, and you're gonna give me $10 because you messed up and made it free. I can't swing with that, guys. I'm just saying. Anybody else have thoughts on that?
At a brick and mortar store, you couldn't get away with that at all. There's like state laws that protect against that sort of stuff.
See?
Yeah, so, no, I agree. I already had Fallout 4, but when I finally seen it, and I was like, oh damn, I could have got the DLC for free, and I was like, oh my god, I missed out on it. So I'm I might have got it, but then also for my whole reason for me getting the Tekken King for Destiny, I got Destiny for free on accident, and that's what made me like, well, damn, because I bought it, and but I bought the disc version, and I traded it in, and then when I seen it back with because I bought the day one edition, and I was like, well, okay, cool, I'll just go ahead and buy the Tekken King and just add to it and just see what all the improvements that they did to the game. But then when I tried to go back, they took it away from me. So I was like, so it still made me buy the game because it was affordable right now. But you know, I didn't get no $10. But you know, saying I mean, it was a mistake, and I agree with you.
Where's K Mega's $10?
Yeah, that was my $10, man. Where's my $10? Y'all gave me Destiny for free, and then y'all took it away from me. It hurts my feelings. Give me $5. Give me $3 and some change. You know,
92 cents.
yeah, 92 cents, man. Come on, Phil.
My whole thing is, all right, yes, I prefer the X1. Yes, I do like what Microsoft does. But guess what? When they screw up, when they fuck up, I will be here to let you know that they did that. And on that right there, yes, it's all well and good that they gave $10, but you know what? They screwed up. They should eat the price of those games to whoever downloaded it.
Honestly, it seems kind of strange to me. I remember when I got Titanfall, I had a glitch that wouldn't let me kind of continue through the campaign mode, or the semi-campaign mode where like the story on multiplayer, and it would freeze up, and I called Xbox support a couple different times, and they're like, you know what, we're just going to refund you the game, but keep it. I'm like, what? I'll give you a full $60 back, but keep it. I'm like, you guys comfortable with that? He's just like, yeah, just don't worry about it. Just
don't worry about it.
$60 back, and
keep it between me and you here.
We'll play it. And so they, I mean, it just kind of surprised me that they're trying to make it right, but you know, it's kind of have to go a little above and beyond.
Yeah, a little bit more than that. Than
yeah,
the $10, man.
Exactly. Because that goes a long ways.
I'm not gonna roll over as a consumer. If I rolled over as a consumer, I would have a PS4 right now. I'm just saying. All right,
I think we're a little bit out of time.
Yeah, thank you for checking the time and everything like that. We
know there's other podcasts going on, and
oh yeah, PTK. Shout out to the Shop Podcast. They do an awesome job. They have a really quick podcast, so we're gonna do our plugs real quick. Let people know where to find us and stuff like that, and then you guys can go and transition over to the shop. Let them know that we said hi and everything. I'm gonna be probably a little bit late over there,
shop.
but all right. So let's go with Oh Snap. Like I'm gonna go down the list here. Oh Snap, let everybody know where they can find you and all that good stuff.
Twitter. You can find me on Twitter.
Yeah, she's forever on Twitter.
I started working on my YouTube channel again. I think I said this last week. You can check it out.
She got some really good videos too. I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to cut you off. They were really good. I get anxiety when I'm making videos, so I'm not as good as Jimmy when he first did his video. But hey, what are you gonna do? I do get anxiety. Like, I don't know why. But I am interested in starting it up again. So I hope you guys enjoy them. Nice. All right, Mega. Shout out to Intro Media Gaming, all that good stuff. Let people know where to find your videos. Let them know what you're up to.
All right, man. Hey, thank you for the quick increase into my sub count, man. I know that this is going to make other people laugh, other YouTubers laugh, but I'm up to over 200 subs right now. Thank you very much. That's a big gain of like 45 subs from where I was. I'm still a young channel, trying to grow, and man, you know, shout out to Intro Media Gaming. We're going to, right after this, probably in another about 30 minutes, 40 minutes, we're going to do our very first Intro Media Gaming podcast. So I wish I could be a part of the, listen to the Shop podcast, but I'm going to be doing that. You know, check out me also doing a sports podcast if you guys are into sports. I do this with King Dre and them at Hard Knock Gamers, and we do that on Tuesdays most likely at 8 o'clock Eastern. So, you know, man, thank you so much for me being a part of this. I'm having so much fun doing these podcasts and talk about gaming. Gaming is life for me. It's my favorite hobby. And I love this panel, support everybody on this panel, because if it wasn't for these guys, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing, and these guys are really holding it down. So I apologize if I was talking too much.
Nah.
I'm trying to hold it down because, you know, my boy Newark and my boy Don wasn't in here, so, you know, hey, it's all good. It's all
Yeah.
good.
Definitely shout out to NewarkNJ. Like I said, he is the creator of Xbox News for Xbox Gamers. It is a Facebook community group. He has that guy, Calvin Brandon, in his right pocket. That guy pulls out articles that you never know existed. He is in the link in the description below, so definitely check out that Facebook page as well. Shout out to Will. I know him as Will. You guys know him as Newark, but Will, man, we miss you. Yo, we can't wait to have you back on next week. All right, Foos, I know you're not all into this YouTube and stuff like that. You have O-Snaps trying to convince you to make videos, but let people know where to find you, man.
Yeah, you can get at me at Twitter, at Fooskies1. Same with YouTube. I have a channel, Fooskies1. Still kind of learning what I'm going to do with it, but you know, there's some gameplay there that you can look at. Also on Xbox Live, hit me up, Fooskies. You know, I'm down to play.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, yo, shout out to Xbox AIDS. I got you, Kilo.
Kilo's my best friend. I send him controller pics.
Oh, goodness. All right, and last but not least, everybody take a knee. Kiss the ring. It's the Don.
Hey guys, you can get a hold of me at TheDon on Twitter, and I'm gonna have my portfolio up tomorrow.
Oh,
for
he's
everybody.
almost on time.
Well, that's maybe it said Saturday or weekend. I got lost, but yeah, I'm gonna have it basically under the description of my Twitter page, so you should be able to click on it at any time. Once that goes live, I'll message everybody here on the podcast, and so if you guys follow them, you can check me out, see it's the real deal, and I'm excited to have that out in the public, and then I have some other things in the works, but I have to kind of, you know, see how to iron all that stuff out first before I go in further detail. So
I got you, man. I got you. Just a couple special shout outs again that we've done throughout the podcast. Shout out to Jimmy Eat Rose for coming out with a brand new YouTube channel. Like I said, you know, once this video is processing, I will put his link in the description below. Definitely check out his channel. I love watching channels evolve from the first video and just to see where it goes from there. So definitely check out, hit that sub button. Western Drake, Joshua, Western Drake, yo, he's been amazing on Xbox Live. Any game that we go in and play, he's been crazy, quote unquote, supportive. You know, he uses Mercy in Overwatch, and he does a hell of a job doing that. Playing Rocket League, aka soccer cars, but just a cool guy to have in the party. Hopefully he gets into that game time tonight. And of course
he's waiting.
the entire community, guys. Because if it wasn't for the community, we would not be here right now. This is your show as much as it is ours, and we appreciate the support. We hope you guys have a great weekend, and definitely go and check out PTK Blam and the Shop podcast that's pretty much on right now. But,
yes, everybody's migrating. It's like bar hopping.
Yeah, pretty much. Walking the